Freddo, dude, want to smell my finger? Freddo likes to smell my finger. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to the bush. We're back at the cabin. Cindy and I, a little different this week. We were tent trailering there last week. Had a wonderful weekend. Lake George. Anybody saw the video? Really good time, really good weather. Totally enjoyed our time there. Hated to leave, you know. Trailer, the little incident, if you guys saw it, I got that all fixed up. That was all taken care of, where the rivets had come loose out of the trailer. That was just a little miscalculation, driving a little too hard in a rough road. So I learned really quick what to do with that. So I basically drilled all the old rivets out, put all new rivets in it. So it came out pretty good, actually. So it's good to go again. I'm hoping, depending on the weather, and it's supposed to be pretty crappy next week again. It's going to rain all week. We get more hurricanes. We're right in hurricane season right now, right? So there's more hurricanes coming, but if there isn't, very happy to say that we went out on the Gold Wing the other night and actually it was pretty good. My hip didn't bother me that much. Going in to get it x-rayed actually on Wednesday and getting it taken care of, whatever the problem is. But for now, I bought a gel pad to put on the seat of the bike, and actually helps quite a bit. It gets me up higher. And the problem I found is I'm sitting too low, even on a Gold Wing. I got long legs, so when I'm sitting on the bike, it's weird to say this, but it's almost the same position as when you're sitting on your toilet. It's basically about how much I'm bending my knees. And that feels good for a while, but after a while, my hip starts to hurt. So I got this gel pad that I bought on Amazon and put it on the bike with a great big freaking sheepskin cover over top. And it looks way better with that on it. And it doesn't look way better. I should say it's way more comfortable. Cindy and I went for a drive the other night, and it was actually enjoyable. It was the first trip I was on that bike. I didn't actually hurt. I'm sitting up high enough now. It's got my legs straightened out enough that whatever position when my hip aches, it doesn't hurt anymore. And I can lay my leg out in the highway peg because it's got the highway pegs on it. The old man pegs I put on the side of it there, nice ones. And I was in total comfort. So it's nice to report that I can ride that freaking motorcycle. That is the nicest bike I've ever ridden. I've had a lot of bikes and that thing just works so well. So in a nutshell, hopefully we may get camping with it next week. This week it's going to be wet. The weather is looking like. So hopefully next week. So anyway, would be nice, and we're going to take it and haul the trailer. Because again, I bought the trailer hitch from the guy that we bought the trailer from. So that's on the back of the bike. So be no problem to pull it with an 1800cc bike. So what we're doing here right now is I'm leveling all this out, because you can probably see in behind me right here, I used to have just a contraption with the wood on it, the firewood, and it was just a couple pallets, and it was just a mess, and I had tarps on it, and they kept blowing off, and blah, blah, blah. So what I'm doing right here is we're going to stretch out 4 pallets. I'm going to set them just on 2x4s, and I think that's pretty well high enough. And I'm going to put an end wall at the second pallet. I'm going to have another wall, and at the end, so I'll have 2 compartments, and then I'm going to put an actual roof over it. I got a nice pile of pallets out front that I scored the other day. We brought them over, and I'm going to dig into them. So I've got 12 or 14, 16 maybe, pallets out front there that I got that are just beautiful. So they're going to be perfect. So all I'm trying to do right now is get this reasonably level here, because I'm going to sit a couple 2x4s on the ground as sacrificial to keep these hardwood pallets right off of the ground, and they should last a little while that way, hopefully. So I just wanted to kind of check on level and see how it looks around here. My wonderful assistant Cindy is bringing in some 2x4s over there. I bought some the other day to join the pallets together with. So, and that's the way we're going to do her. So I'm going to rake this way. And then I got to get my level out and see how level this is. Hit some big rocks that are maybe a nuisance too. So I'll pull them off here and try to get this ground as level as I can. because I don't want wood pile to fall over. And I'm going to put a roof over the center. What I'm going to do is pallets along, and I'm going to join two together like this, going along, so it'll be sloped from the front to the back, so the water and everything will run off, and I will give it a good overhang. It will have more at the back than the front, or more at the front here. The roof will come up more, probably a foot in the back and a couple in the front, I guess. So just puttering away here. Nice to have you guys back hanging around with Dave and Cynthia. Beautiful day in the woods. It was supposed to pour rain today. It's beautiful out. It hasn't rained yet. That is right close to level. There's a heat warning out today for humidity. That's right close too. Yeah, there's a heat warning out. Man, I got that really close just by eyeball. So, a little more raking and almost ready to lay some pallets, or lay some 2x4s down here. So I need to rake it over. It's very close now, being level here. So yeah, summer's going so quick. Labor Day weekend last weekend, and now we're already a week past that. So the next thing you know, we'll be lighting friggin' fires in that wood stove in there. So we don't want to get caught with our pants down. Literally, we want to get the firewood ready this year and have it under cover, and it'll stay so much drier this year if I do this. Be so much better. I hope you guys like the mixed content of the videos, doing the camping and all that, because it is fun. It's, you know, as much as we love this place, it is Sparky's 506 Adventures, and chicken nuggets just along to enjoy it. So, alright, I'll be back in a bit once I get my 2x4s laid out here. Well, there you go. How's that? The base is already done. We get 2x4s laid down both sides here. It's a sacrificial board, right? So they don't, basically, these pallets won't rot as bad if they're not sitting on the ground. So 3 of these are new. One is, or not new, used. And one of them is one that I had here from before. You can pass me that hammer again, please. Yeah, one of them was over here, but it already looks so much better. Cleaning it up a little. That's a screw. I just want to get that down out of the way. There, so don't step on it or anything. But we're enjoying our afternoon here. It's friggin' way nicer out than it's supposed to be today. It's supposed to be a pretty crappy day, so it's warm. You can see I'm starting to sweat right through my shirt here. But we're going to take a break for a few minutes and come back out and then try to get the end pallets and that, start to get this put together here. Okay, well, break time is over. What we're going to do now is, first thing is I'm going to put a 2x4 on the outside edge of these pallets and nail it in to hold it together. We got 25 of the Econo studs, they're called, the other day at our local building supply places. And they're not too bad for the price of lumber, considering what lumber prices have been, $2.99 a piece for these things. So you don't mind using them for a project like this. And then you got to see where the ends are going to come out. So I'm going to need a pen to mark these. I'm going to put a miter in that end, I think, because I want to run. And then I'm going to stand a pallet. I'm going to do this first. We're going to do the whole perimeter. Then I'm going to stand a pallet on end there, a pallet on end at the second in the middle here, and a pallet on end there. And then we're going to put another half pallet on top of that on its edge to get it up. So we're up here somewhere. And then I'm going to do the slope. So the roof will be fairly high on this so I can get in underneath it to get at it. So initially I was only going to go 40 inches plus about, if it's about 50 inches, that's not high enough to get in under there. So I'm way too big a boy for that stuff. So what I got to do is, I think the way I'm going to do it here is leave enough there to put my pallet on. Just the width of a 2x4. And if that's the case, this is pretty well perfect the length it is. I don't even have to cut it. Yeah, don't. I can nail that on the way it is. So I'm good to go on the first one here. And I'm going to use galvanized nails, just 3-inch galvanized I bought today. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Because all it is something to put firewood in, so, but it should work quite well once we get her done here. Cindy's behind the scenes here with a big smile on her face. Having a good day. She enjoyed her weekend camping. We both did. It was a good time there at Lake George. What a place. And again, another moment of silence, please, for the dragonfly. He lived he lived a good life. He did. We're not sure if he flew away or he was a breakfast for the ducks. Could have been the ducks. We're going to say he flew away. And just be positive about it all right? Don't want to be negative now. Well, that doesn't want to get through that metal plate, I'll tell you. That didn't work very well. Yep. They got the plate on the end of these, and that didn't want to get through that at all. I've done it before. Normally the nail will punch right through it. Try again. Yeah, I might have to drill a hole. I don't know. Try this again. See how this goes. About there. No, I'm good. Hopefully, if I drive it straight, it might go. Got it right in. She went in that time. Alrighty, so I'm using this to tie everything nice and tight together. So that pallet has come over just a bit. Like that. And then go down just like that. This guy is going to go like that. All right. Should help tie some of these together, I'm thinking. There we go. Throw a second nail in that one just for sport, just because I can. It's nice to see our new neighbor across the street. She's got a new place going in there. Building a little tiny A-frame. It's going to be so nice. And the one I dug the ditch for. She doesn't really want to be in camera, so you may never meet her, I'm not sure. But she's a pretty cool gal. Her and her husband and dad were over there today. Doing a bit of work. And she's going to have the cutest little A-frame. It's going to be really nice. Be quite a spot. A couple more nails. Again, they're just roughly tying all this together. So these pallets gonna all stay here. Hard to swing her in here. We got her. Alrighty, that's the first one. Now I need another. Excuse me. Alright, now I've got to do my first cut, I guess. Cut a piece to fit here. That'll work. my trusty little miter saw. Turn this way, might work. I'm careful. That'll work. That beer is not open. Refreshment is not open. Okay. Let's cut this guy. Oh, man. And that is off my battery bank, my inverter. That's not obviously the generator. You don't hear it running. So that's my little solar setup I use. It's good for doing stuff like this. Anyways, back into here. Put some of this on. Losing me friggin' shorts. Cindy's gonna be laughing at me. Shorts are sliding down. She be giggling. She's quite a help today. Over there giggling. Huh? Can I do anything? She always wants to help, and there's nothing for her to do right now, so she's kind of stir crazy because she never stops. She really don't stop. There we go. There's some pretty freaking primitive carpentry right here, I'll tell you. But it'll work. It's gonna do what we need, so. This one's going to be a little trickier to nail. This wood pile getting her slowly. Whoops. Another one through the metal, and I got this one. It went through, but it's bending over. They don't make nails like they used to. There. Okay. I gotta do the same thing on the back side. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'll shut this off for a minute until I get the back perimeter with the board on it here. Look at this.
I'm watching.
She's watching. She's a good little helper too. Daisy and Fred are in the cabin. They're having a friggin' nap or something right now. I'm not sure. Well, here you go. Man, oh man, am I friggin' sweating. It is a warm day out here. You guys can see what I'm into here and how I'm going to do this. A pallet and a half on top, and then the slope. And then what I'm going to do is take 2 pallets and join them together. It's going to take, I think, 8 to do the roof. There's going to be 2 because these are 40 by 40 or 40 by 48. So I'm going to put 2 together on the 44 or the 40-inch side, so I end up with 80 wide. So it's going to be, I might overhang the back about 6 inches or so, and the front is going to come out here a foot or so in the front. So it's going to be pretty good, you know, shelter for all the wood that's going to be in here. So I have to cross brace everything. I've already got a cross brace in the back of this one, you guys can see. And you see here, the humidity is so high today. That's why I'm sweating so bad. So all I got to do now is put a second half pallet on that one, a half pallet on that one, and then do the angle on the top and cross brace them. Probably all I'm going to get done here today. I might get a little bit more done. I'm not sure yet, but I'm kind of going along at a good pace here now. and I kind of figured out what I'm going to build. It took a while to figure out how I'm going to do this, but I think this is going to be a pretty decent little wood shed, sort of. The back will be open, the front will be open, so you can load wood for either side, but the preferred side will be this side. So, you know, the thing lasts 5 or 6 years. I mean, it should be fine. And what we're going to do is going to be pallets on top, again, going over, and I've got vapor barrier here, 6 mil vapor barrier, real nice heavy duty plastic. That's a pilot over here, and we're going to stretch that out real tight down to the edges and staple it all around, and maybe even put a piece of wood or something just as a, you know, a strip just to hold it all. So should be pretty cool. And I wasn't initially going to go this high, but where I've gone this high, I can put a lot more wood in there too, so we can get a fair amount of wood piled in this, 1.25 cords almost in each of these spots. So should be pretty good. We're going to take a break right now and then get supper going here soon, because we definitely need it. Been working hard here all day. What a grin. Look at this in the window. There's my little nemesis right there. What are you doing? Look at that one. What a cutie. What a cutie. All right, we're going inside here for a little bit now. Getting pretty warm out here. So anyway, dinner is going to be really good tonight. What we're doing is, the beans look cool, eh? The charcoal barbecue. I've got that flashed up over here. Check out the beans. The size of some of these. How big my hand is. Look at the size of that. Isn't that crazy? Scarlet runners. Some of these we're letting go huge. 2 more here. We're going to use them for seeds for next year. That's an 8 or 9 inch bean. Anyway, let's go and see what Cynthia's doing. We are having skewers, shish kebabs, I guess you'd call them. So we're making them up fresh here right now. These are going to be wonderful. We have peppers, orange and red peppers. We got broccoli, we have onions, we have mushrooms, and we have chicken thighs that we actually bought on sale. They're going to be pretty tasty, I think. So we're going to do up some actual skewers, I guess you call them, shish kebabs. Was buying them last year pre-made a little bit, couple times, you know, but the problem is they're so friggin' expensive. I was saying to Cindy, you buy like a 6-inch one or a couple, probably 8 or 10 inch pre-made ones like that at a grocery store, you can pay 12 or 14 bucks. So, and they're not going to be as good as these ones. So that looks pretty tasty already. Yeah, it's not even cooked yet. So thank you to my wonderful assistant Cindy. She's getting supper ready. So hanging out with you guys tonight and enjoying it. And again, hopefully maybe camping again in the next week or so. And hopefully, Lord willing, it's going to be in that freaking Goldwing, because I think I've got that thing figured out now. So, and going again to get an x-ray and get all checked out and make sure everything's going on good here. So time for a tune-up, I guess. It's been a while. Anyway, we're gonna get a dinner going here in a few minutes. Fred and Daisy are just hanging out here too. Here's Freddie over here. Mr. Fred, what are you doing, buddy? Say hi to everybody. Mr. Fred says hi. What are you doing, Daisy? She's down here on the floor. Kitties love it here too. Pretty cool. They're family now. You know what's weird? The hummingbirds are gone. Last week was pretty well the last week for those guys. They're pretty well, let me turn some light on here so you guys can see. Yeah, pretty well gone for the hummingbirds now, I think, for this year. So we're probably going to take the feeders in when we leave tomorrow and Sunday. One we saw here for a minute this morning. Every other weekend there's 6, 8, 10 of them some days. So most of them, I think, have flown south or Mexico, wherever they go, down there to the warmer weather, because they know winter's coming here soon. So Freddie dude, you want to talk to some of your fans out there, your viewers? Hey, Fred. Freddy dude, want to smell my finger? Fred always likes to smell my finger. He's quite a cat, hanging out in the bush. Hope you guys are having a good night too. Well, reporting in. You want to see this stuff? This ever friggin' smell good. Right on the charcoal barbecues. These are going to be so good. These are chicken thighs with broccoli, onions, mushrooms. They're going to be really, really good. Well, there you go. Do you check that out? Did that ever come out so freaking nice? This stuff should be all cooked just lovely on the charcoal. I'm almost done outside for today, but what I'm going to do, we're going to slam our supper doing this quick here, and I have to go out and just cut a couple more 2x4s and finish up wall number 3 on my little wood creation, my little pallet shed for the wood shed. So we'll see you guys outside after I eat dinner. Well, you can see I've been working along here, had a good dinner and all that, and I just have to finish the way I did these ones with the slope. This is a foot higher on one side to the other, and that's going to be the slope of the roof. I just have to frame in that third one with 2x4s, and I'm basically done here for today. And then we come back next weekend, I'll put the roof on top. So, going to be pretty freaking cool, I think, once this is done. You can see a little bit closer here what I'm doing here. And it gives me two. This section here will be the hardwood probably, or the firewood. I wouldn't say hardwood, we normally burn spruce. And then over here is probably going to be all the slab wood and all that I have over there, and we'll cut up some more extra pallet wood and stuff because it's wonderful burning. So, but I'm going to shut the camera down for now. Cut 3 more pieces here, and I'll chat to you guys when I'm done here. Well, there you go. Check this out. 3 walls. Wall number 1, wall number 2, wall number 3. So now what's going to happen, the way I'm going to do it is, these are 48 wide. These pallets are 40 by 48 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 8 pallets, and I'm going to build the roof for this, and I'm going to run 2x4s just through to hold them all together, right, and then nail them together. I'm going to go 40 and 40, so it's going to be 80 inches this way, and it's going to give me enough too. It's going to overhang this way a bit too on the ends, because I've got these 40 inches together. This is 48 wide. Those are the same size, the hardwood blue pallets in the base. So what I'm going to do is, my overhang is going to be probably almost to here on the front. It's going to be, I don't know if you see that good or not, but it's going to be about 20 inch on the front here. So it'll be way out here. That way, the rain and stuff won't get in on the wood. So it should work quite well. It'll overhang about a foot in the back, and you can see by height that it's over 6 feet tall. So I can actually stand right in here. So initially, I was only going to get down there low, 1 pallet on its edge, and then build that. But I got thinking, you know what, if I'm going to do this, you want to know the best part? I got exactly the right amount of pallets the other day. There was, I seen an ad on Marketplace there on Facebook, and it was our local PetSmart, actually. Thank you so much, PetSmart. And they had a ad on there saying a bunch of pallets out back. We went and got 16 pallets, and they were all like these. They were all 40 by 40 or 40 by 48. They're all nice shape, like really nice pallets to do a project like this out of. So it's so nice that the only thing I got invested in this, a couple bucks in nails, and some $2.99 Econo studs, or value studs, or utility they call them. So it's, you know, this would be less than $100 invested in this structure with the roof. And again, what we're going to do is going to be pallets on the roof, big overhang, and then I'm going to use my 6mm vapor barrier. This year, I might even put roofing on it down the road. But for this year, it's going to have 6mm vapor barrier. I'll stretch it over the edge here because there's going to be 2x4s all around the edge of it again, of those pallets, right, the way they're going on here. So fasten her down well, it won't blow off, and any of the rain will run right off the back. So gonna work out awesome. Gonna be really nice to see this done. I got a lot more done today than I had planned on getting done. So again, it looks pretty good, I think. Just check it out one more time. Looks pretty good for now for a pallet project. Next week we will finish her up. So for now, I am sweated, I feel gross, I look gross. So I'm gonna go in the cabin, and Cindy and I probably, I'm gonna let her go first, and we're gonna get a shower, and the luxuries of having running freaking water and on-demand water heater in the back. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit after we're all cleaned up. Well, it's Sunday morning. Didn't bother making any filming last night. We came in after working on that thing all day. Pretty worn out. Had a pretty good day. So I had a shower, get cleaned up, and just kicked back and went to bed quite early, actually. So it is now Sunday morning. Cindy's just cleaning up a couple things here before we round up the cats. They're hiding up in the loft. They friggin' get flagged so easy, and they know when we're getting ready to pack her up. They love to be here. They just don't like the transition in a crate. So we have to go up and sometimes flush them up with a vacuum cleaner or whatever it takes.
Got a little Dyson handheld one here. That normally gets them out of there when you can't get them out. So anyway, it's going to be a beautiful day from the look of it. It's going to rain later on and rain all this week coming. So we got a bunch of nasty freaking weather coming, hurricanes and all this wet stuff. So hopefully we're going to get a couple dry days in the next week or two that we can go camping again. And, you know, we'll be back here next weekend, I'm sure. And maybe a hurricane, I think they're saying, might be hitting around next weekend again. So, but for today, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, at least for the day until this evening. Great having you guys along as usual. Like and subscribe if you like this content. We're kind of all over the place some days, but I guess people sort of like that too. So anyway, if nothing else, live simply, remain grateful, and we'll talk to you soon from Cynthia and I.